Welcome to Toffee TV. It is my 3 talking points. Bournemouth 1, Everton 0. Everton's curse at Bournemouth continues. Another defeat down there. Another defeat in the season for Everton. Another game without a goal. That's 8. In the last 10, Everton have failed to score in. It's absolutely woeful. 15 goals in 19 games. 3 wins in 19 games. The stats are there. They're absolutely shocking for anyone who wants to look at them. And they tell the picture, they paint their own story. It's really poor at the moment and we need a pick-me-up from somewhere. It was always going to be difficult today, but they had a lot of players out, they had some really good players out as well. We've got players missing, and we've just not asked any questions of them. We've had 9 attempts at goal and haven't had 1 on target, and another defeat. It is just becoming... people often say to me, like, why aren't you ranting on these videos? Why aren't you steaming and angry? And it's like, I guess we're just used to it now. That's the depressing thing, is that you just sort of go, yeah, I expected that. Because of what we're doing. We're showing no signs of a team that's improving. No signs of a team that plays to any plan. And it is a case of keep it to 0-0 and see if you can squeeze a goal off a corner or a set piece. And it's a joyless experience right now, what we're witnessing, and we're not even doing it well. And that's why you sort of go, yeah, well, they're a team that flies forward, and you know they played really well. They're good to watch. They're exciting to watch. You'd wish your team. I personally can only speak for me. Very clear on this. Some people can't get this, can't grasp this. I just speaking for me. This is how I view the game. I don't want to see my team play the way Everton do. Bournemouth fans have given us loads of stick for it. Today, how can you watch this shit every week, was one of their songs and things like that. And you can't argue with that stuff. It's poor to watch. And that's just my view. Other people seem really happy with it. And other people seem to be like, we can't do anything else. That's fine. Everyone will view it. I'm not sitting here telling those people who have those views that they're wrong, even though they would try to tell me I'm wrong, because I want to see Everton, lo and behold, try to score a goal at least. But we all view it differently, and this is just my take on it. And that's why I think when we get beat like that, I'm just shrugging shoulders now and going, yeah, it's kind of how it is. That's just kind of what we are. We've put ourselves here. No one else has done it. We've done it to ourselves and continue to do it to ourselves. And it's another game without a goal, and it's another defeat. So we've got Peterborough on Thursday, a welcome break from the Premier League, and hopefully we can have some shots on target in that game, and hopefully we can win the game. We'll have to wait and see, but that's for another day. The first talking point, the first thing I'm going to talk about today is Jordan Pickford, who I've just said in the match reaction, he probably should have got my man of the match vote today. Simply because I don't think anyone really stood out for Everton at all, anywhere on the pitch. And I think he was Everton's best player probably, and he made some... Well, he's the reason why we went 4-0 down at half-time for a start, or 3-0 down at half-time for a start. And I think he's ended up making 9 saves, I think it is. And Everton have only conceded 1. There was nothing he could do about it. He was let down by his defence for the goal. So he probably should have been man of the match. But he is the reason why Everton are in the Premier League, isn't he? Let's be honest. The fans, yes, played a huge part. And Jordan Pickford has played the other huge part in just week after week making saves. The defence gets credit when it keeps clean sheets. And of course, he gets credit with that. But a lot of the time, and even in games where we can see goals, he keeps us in the game. He makes save time and time again to keep Everton in the game. And he's done it again today. And, other goalkeepers have the joy of keeping their team in the game. And the other players on their team are capable of breaking and scoring, or there's a game plan that you play to where you can counter and get a goal. And then the goalkeeper gets almost even more plaudits at the end because he's made those crucial saves and gone on and won it. Jordan Pickford's performance, by a lot of people, probably not Evertonians, of course, but by a lot of people, will just be forgotten today. It'll just be like, they got beat. And yet he's kept Everton in the game for most of it. So I just thought, even though I'd given man of the match to somebody else in my match reaction, go and watch it if you haven't. Jordan Pickford, for me, deserved a mention today, and that's why I'm giving him it. And he's been outstanding for Everton. He has. I don't think he started the season particularly well, like most of the England players, actually. Don't think he started the season particularly well, but I think he's got better and better. Certainly in the, the 0-0 at Arsenal and the 0-0 at Chelsea and the draw at City, he was pivotal in all three of those, keeping us in the game, and he's almost done it again today. And even against Forest, he stopped it being 4 or 5-0 with his save, so he deserves a mention today. So Jordan Pickford was my first talking point. Keep it going, because we need you. We're going to need you to keep it going the way we're playing at the moment. Second talking point is the transfer window. It's open now, it's upon us, and Everton have got to be active in it. I keep hearing there's PSR issues, and we'll find out the details. Well, the PSR issues are from last season. This year goes on till the 30th of June. So that's not getting levelled at anything. For that, I understand there won't be £100 million or £200 million to spend this window, but equating last year's PSR numbers, which are going to come out soon, the Premier League have already got them, that's from the 23-24 season, not this one. So Everton need to be active in this window. If that means getting rid of a couple of players in this window, so be it. Dominic Calvert-Lewin, there's a lot of clubs apparently sniffing around him. Well, if he doesn't want to stay and an offer comes in, then that's a decision for them to make. If there's a couple of other players, Beto, if someone's going to pay the money, then move them on. If there's others there, and you have to make a decision over it. But we have got to bring in 2 or 3 players. 8 are fresh in the squad. We need a right winger with pace. 8 goals in 10. 8 games in 10 without a goal tells you we need something. We need pace off the right-hand side. We need someone who can create chances, who can score a goal. We might have to take a little bit of a chance on someone, because obviously getting a right winger who scores goals and creates goals in January is difficult. That's accepted. So we might have to take a little bit of a gamble, and that needs to be on pace more than anything, because we don't have an outball. The way we're playing with this manager, the way he sets up for 0-0, and then hopefully you get a corner or something might break to you, you'd think that he'd be banging Thelwell's door down for pace, because that then does allow you to have 9 men behind the ball as well, and then spring the counter-attack. We try to spring a counter-attack with no pace whatsoever, which means very rarely do you get that opportunity. Look at Bournemouth today, when they were breaking on the counter, they had 5-6 players bursting on us. Most of the time it was 4. It was the 2 wide men, Evan Nielsen, and someone coming through the middle. Clivert it was, wasn't it? Oh, excuse me. Clivert, who was just off Evan Nielsen. They were breaking all the time on us at pace and putting us on the back foot. They got Semenyo from Bristol City in the Championship. They took a chance on him, and he's powerful and he's quick. Uatara, Everton were trying to get when Lampard was the manager, and I think he saw, so the story goes, he saw unsettlement, let's put it that way, at Everton, and went somewhere else, went to Bournemouth instead. But they're the kind of players that they've got 2 players they took a chance on, and they're pacey, quick, direct, they cause problems, and that's what Everton need to do. We have to try to increase our opportunities, try to create chances, try to get more goals. We can't, we're not going to get enough wins playing the way we play. We're just not. We don't score a goal. Can't win a game without scoring a goal, Michael Owen once said, and one of the only times he's been correct. So there you go. That's what we've got to do this window. I personally would love an attacking left back. I looked at Kerkers today, no chance of getting him. I think if he leaves Bournemouth, he's off to Liverpool, but he's someone, ends up with the assist for the goal, of course, how high he plays as a left fullback. So we need something like that. We've got to increase our, sort of output going forward. A midfield player as well. I know a lot of people, I put this on X the other day, and there was a lot of people voted on it. Right winger won, but a midfielder was up there as well, I think. A lot of people say we need that creativity in midfield that we don't have. Now's the time to do it. And the third and final point, I'll finish on a positive, of course, was Harrison Armstrong. Now, spoiler, because I've just told you to go and watch the match reaction. I give him my man of the match. Again, like I said before, Pickford should have got it probably. But 17-year-old lad come on. The pitch was on for 45 minutes or 48 minutes, whatever it was. And I thought he acquitted himself really well. It wasn't amazing, but I thought he looked like, you know, he could fit in there. He didn't seem out of place. He seemed confident enough on the ball, into tackles, a few good passes wide, almost got on the end of a cross. And I thought he did really well. And I thought he's a bright spot today for Everton. He's a bright spot at a time when we need them. I think physically, he looks like he can cope physically. I know there's one or the two of the bigger clubs are sniffing around him, looking to try and prize him away. And maybe he's one of them ones that you try to make sure you're involved more and more and get him into the team, see what he can offer. He's a lad who we saw recently. And again, I know when I say this out loud, I'm not comparing the FA Youth Cup to the Premier League, because I'm someone who will tell you all the time when people suggest these players that there is a gulf, a huge gulf. But he did really well in that when he went back to his own level, a hat-trick and 3 assists in a 7-0 win against Southampton. I think it was in the FA Youth Cup. So he knows he's got an eye for goal, an eye for creating things. And maybe you can get him on the pitch a little bit more off the striker if we're not going to use Ndiaye there. And that might give us something different, but try to integrate him in a bit. Again, just to caveat that, Premier League, a world of difference. But I thought today he acquitted himself really well, coming on for the 45 minutes. So that's a positive thing to take out, for me personally, to take out the game today. I thought he looked quite good when he come on. And again, like I say, didn't look out of water, like a fish out of water. Didn't look like it was too much for him. It's 45 minutes, of course, and you'd need to see him game after game. But I think on a day when positives are few and far between, I think you have to look for one, and that he is one for me. And I tell you what, against Peterborough, I'd be starting him. I think that'll be a perfect game to get him in off the whoever it is. Hopefully Brien is fit, but I don't know. I've not heard obviously I haven't heard anything from the manager after the game to say how he is, and I'm sure he'll say we'll have to assess it. So I'm sure we won't know for a couple of days, but hopefully it's nothing too bad. But I think there's an opportunity to get Harrison Armstrong in the team for, in the team against Peterborough. We're at home, of course, and against the lower league team, it's a great opportunity for him to get more minutes under his belt. And hopefully that applies to Patterson as well, who looked rusty when he come on, but at least he got 45, 48 minutes under his belt as well. That's it from me. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Check out all the other match reaction stuff. And if you can, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Thanks for watching. See you later.